For the love of God, can we not just make an F91 with a better backlight? This is it. The Casio A168 is basically a more elegant F91W with a very good backlight. And that's the review done. Thanks for watching, everyone. But seriously, let's take a proper look at the A168. And if you manage to hang around till the end, I'll throw in a few alternatives to the A168 for your perusal, and also to increase the watch time on this video and try and trick the YouTube algorithm. Clocking in at £28 or $30, we've got a quartz digital watch that has a chrome-plated resin case, resin crystal, 30 meters of water resistance, and a stainless steel bracelet. It measures 38.6mm by 36.3mm by 9.6mm. And it runs on a CR 2016 battery, which for me is a good thing as I can buy a CR 2016 in my local shop. That said, it should give you a rather impressive 7 years of battery life, although if you're button bashing like it's going out of fashion, you might not quite get that. It's a familiar spec. Casio aren't short of similar options at this price. In terms of features, we've got the 24-hour time, stopwatch, alarm, and the EL backlight. It's a basic feature set that is mostly fine, although I can't help but think that it's time Casio started to add a few new features even to its basic models. The features have been more or less the same for decades now. Come on Casio, stop resting on your laurels. As an example, I think the alarm could be way more useful. Aside from more alarms, the ability to snooze, repeat, that kind of thing. It can't be that difficult, can it? Casio did recently launch the ABL 100WE, which looks a lot like the A168 but it has a built-in step counter. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about, although that one is overpriced in my humble opinion. There are so many Casios that have a very similar spec and features as this watch. We've got the A158, the A700, the A171, blah 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 blah. They do all differ just a little though, just enough to give each one its own audience. Anyone will think Casio are deliberately not combining all the best spec and features into a single watch to keep their audience buying new releases. Let's get back to the A168. It's a good looking watch and it's got that 80s vibe that so many of us are seeking from our Casios, but it feels slightly modern too. When I first bought an A168, I was actually shocked at just how much I like the design. It looks a lot better in person than it does in photos, much like me. Along with the actual case shape, the colours on the watch face are a really good balance. Sometimes I think Casio gets this balance wrong and leans a little bit too heavily into the colours, but this one is a perfect combination of tasteful and retro. It's a shame that Casio don't use stainless steel for their cases because once the chrome plating wears away on these, that's it, there's no reviving them. I tend to be pretty careful with my watches, but I've seen some battered resin Casio cases over the years and it always bothers me that there's really no way to make them look great again. For me, they've got the dimensions almost perfect. My wrist is 6.75 inches and I think it's perfectly sized. A lot of retro Casios are quite small and can get lost on a larger wrist, but that's not the case with this one. It's a great balance. I mentioned in my review of the A158 that I preferred the slightly slimmer profile of that watch, and I'm standing by that, but the A168 isn't too chunky. I just tend to favour a slim watch generally though. I don't like them thick. Let's get this one on my wrist so you can take a look at it in action. It's a great fit, it wears well, and in the resin case's favour, I do like the weight of these budget Casios. It feels like there's nothing on your wrist. This one just sits there happily, you don't ever really notice it and it will slip under a shirt cuff nicely. For reference, my wrist is 6.75 inches. Hold on a sec, my wife's just asking me something. No, I'm talking about my wrist. Because the design is pretty neutral, it's going to look good with pretty much anything. Whether you're heading to the beach, going to the office or going for a night out, it's versatile. I doubt you get married in it, but beyond that it's got you covered. If you are heading to the beach with this one, it is only 30 meters water resistant, so swimming is a no-go. It seems a shame that Casio can't push these 30 meter water resistant watches up to 50 meters, but it's never going to happen. There'll be plenty of people out there that would swim with this one on, and it may hold up fine. It is a risk though. Here's about as far as I would push this one. Onto the bracelet. We've got a, let's face it, cheap stainless steel bracelet. It's slim, easy to adjust, and it does the job fine. Nobody's ever going to accuse it of being high quality though. It's okay, that's all I can say about it. It has a usual hook and push clasp which is easy to adjust but perhaps a little weak. They don't tend to hold up to knocks and bangs particularly well. So if you're thinking of buying this one to wear during your amateur alligator wrestling career, you might want to swap that strap out for a NATO. In usual Casio style, where the bracelet meets the case, it's hidden by the design of the case. and the colour match in between the chrome-plated case and the stainless steel is okay. They're not exactly the same, but it's close enough. So all in all, it's a solid little watch. Let's talk about some of the other options in a similar price bracket if the A168 doesn't make your wrist twitch. I'll start with the A158. It has the same features as the A168, although the backlight isn't as good. In fact, it's rubbish. But it does have slightly slimmer profile at just 8.2mm, and it comes in a couple of colour options. Personally, I love this gold-faced version. Even though it's not a 70s watch, it's got a kind of 70s cool about it. If you do want an equivalent backlight, then maybe the A700 is a watch for you. Again, we've got the same features. This time we do have the EL backlight. We've also got a very slim profile at a crazy 6mm. This is a skinny watch, the Kate Moss of watches, if you will. The case shape is more in line with the F91 too. And finally, we've got the Armatron Rubik. It looks a lot like the A168, but this time you're getting a steel case rather than the chrome-plated resin that you get on the A168. It also has a second time zone feature, which is a nice addition, but again, the backlight is less than impressive. So that's it. That's the Casio A168, a very capable little watch that looks great, doesn't cost much, and has a fantastic EL backlight. There's really not much not to like with this one. If you like this video, why don't you go check out this one? Is it there? Maybe it's over there. Wherever it is, go and check it out. Peace, I'm out.